All right, welcome back to Crypto Leverage Trading Group. We are discussing altcoins, Altcoin Monday. Altcoin Monday, we're discussing altcoins, and obviously we could not start the week off without talking about the graph. If you are a crypto baller or you belong to the trading community for crypto ballers, you are well aware of. We've talked about the graph numerous times in the months leading up to its ICO, initial coin offering. We have talked about the fact that Coinbase Ventures is kind of behind. And usually those tokens and those developers and all those projects that Coinbase Ventures is behind, ultimately 90% of them come to listing on Coinbase, and you see the Coinbase effect. We know this to be true because it's repeated out repeatedly the last couple of months, okay, with Coinbase's efforts to keep track with Uni and other things in terms of especially decentralized finance, applications, right? That Coinbase has kind of ratcheted up the number of offerings it has had available for people to come on the Coinbase platform and exchange and purchase cryptocurrencies. That will continue into 2021. And a lot of people have talked about the fact that, that Coinbase effect, that all of these listings pump, and of course they do. I mean, no matter what, when you provide access, like more access to something, and there's demand for it, you're gonna get these pumps. Okay. I mean, not all projects are the same. However, there are some things that you need to consider, such as token economics and things like that, in terms of circulating supply for a lot of these things. Like how is that going to impact, what we're seeing? And we're going to see that with the graph. I mean, 10 billion, max circulating supply, about 1 billion of it is already out there. So 10%. And then its valuation currently is about 57 cents, down from 77 cents, up from 10 cents. So you were looking at a 70 cent, 68 cent, 70 cent move, in the graph in just a few days after listing, on Coinbase. And, people will scream pump and scream overvaluation and scream this, but you have to understand that this is no different than a stock offering. Like, look what just happened with Airbnb, or what's going to happen with all these food delivery companies now that have blown up in the last 8 months due to COVID, with people having food delivered to their houses, and DoorDash, and these things go public, and we put a valuation on them. They don't know what those companies are worth or value. They really don't. Okay, and people got in early, right, before it got to the street, and the graph is no different. Graph had a private sale in 2019. I think it was February of 2019. So well over a year ago, okay, almost 2 years ago, okay, it had a private sale for, what lack of a better word, insiders, okay? And now we're here back at the end of 2020, and now we've got the ICO, okay, and we got the listing on Coinbase. So now it opens up the access for the individual crypto investor and a lot of other people to get involved in the project. I encourage everyone to visit the graph.com blog if you're interested in doing a deep dive into the graph, because the technology behind it is profound. There are people out there that are calling it sort of like the Google, Amazon of kind of like the future crypto space, because of the data-centric aspect to the graph and what it really seeks to address. And for lack of a better phrase, and it gets overdone, I know, but data is king. Okay, data is king. All our companies, all Fortune 500 companies, all these social media companies, all these technology companies, all these networking companies, all of that need data. Okay, they're all about the data is the value. Okay, they need that data, whether it's consumer data, financial data, address data. I mean, think of it in terms of that when you think of the graph and what it is trying to do. It is an indexing protocol for global API, right? For organizing blockchain data, making it easily accessible, right? Developers need that, all right? And they need to be able to develop upon what they're working on in the current space. And that's what the graph does, folks. Okay, so we're adding this to the altcoin portfolio. Thank you, Chris.